150 fields, 10 farms, and near one-to-one recreation of Cornwall's Roseland Peninsula. This is Cornwall, where fields, farms, roads, and landscape are all inspired by real-world locations. Welcome to another First Aid Map Review. Today we'll explore Cornwall and see what it has to offer, before scoring across 5 categories: first impressions, visual design, flow and layout, gameplay, and most importantly, replay value. So, is this recreation of the Cornish countryside worth your next save? Let's take a look and find out. Hello and welcome back to First Aid Map Reviews. I haven't done one in a while, purely due to Bally Spring and being quite busy on Bally Spring. This is Cornwall, and I've never wanted a map to be so good. To be so good. Essentially, every holiday I've had since I was about 8 years old has been spent in Cornwall, and it has some extremely fond memories for me. This is by Dan Daniels, and it's on version 2.502, I believe. We are at the starting farm, just kind of having a little bit of a look around. All I've managed to do so far is log in and buy myself a treat, and I didn't realise there was already a car. Hey ho. First thing I notice is in the bottom left hand corner, there is no field name numbers, it is all field names. That is cool. This map is supported by the Whitcomb Park Farm Buildings pack, and straight away you remember this shed. And on the farm we have a Fendt Vario 512. We have a nice John Deere 6R, I believe that is, a 6M. Half pipe trailer for Crampy. This is our third tractor, a Case. Got a Massey Ferguson MF 5709. Silage clamp, nice. Always handy to have. A fuel station, again from Whitcomb. A huge shed. Which, again, I think this is Oxy's shed, so all the doors work. A little bit of vehicle storage in there. We've got a fertilizer tank, which is always handy. Anything in here? No. We have a lizard pickup. I haven't even had the opportunity to turn off the automatic engine start. We've got a fertilizer sprayer here. Anything special in here? The standard Massey Ferguson combine harvester. Nice. Nice back garden for our house. Again, feeling all familiar at the moment. So, oh yeah, these are apple trees. Nice. Great Plains or the Amazon cultivator. Some silage bales. Are these actually ours? Nope. There, look. Decorations. A nice plough. Some cool farm mess. That's a potato planter. Nice. Don't often get to start with potato planter. A broken down combine harvester. A sprayer. That is a disc harrow, I believe. A broken down tractor. It'd be cool. I know this is just pie in the sky, but if you could actually repair it and do something with it, as kind of an extra long-term project. Same with the plough and camper van, a planter, a tedder, so I'm assuming there's more grass stuff hidden around. But yeah, first impressions, this feels familiar. It feels like something you would want to play on in the UK. It has massive fields. Are the hedges run-throughable? Yes. Okay. I'm not sure if that's a good thing, but it's when you've got some very tight fields, it's obviously very, very handy. So, nice big farmhouse. Again, this is Oxy's house, and very familiar for anyone who has played Whitcomb Park Farm. very nice house. Oh, never gone into that room before. George's office. Kitchen. Nice. Is a teddy upstairs? That's the most important question. Is the teddy in the sleep area? Opened up. Yes, the teddy is in the sleep area. Right, let's have a little bit more look around the farm area which we have at the start and what fields we have. So we've got Well Field, which is a massive grass field, which is awesome. Allen's Meadow, which has no crop in it whatsoever. And our third and final field is Lower Painter's Break, which is very, very steep. So we've got 3 grass fields, and from what I can see, no animals. No animals. No productions assigned, no productions available. Seems a limited number of sell points of the farm shop and Lizard Export Company. So let's have a look if we can find the export company. Might be blind, I usually am. But nothing massively obvious. Right, okay. There are a couple of different farms on the map. So there's Hayes Manor. I'm not sure if that's a farm. Polgrain Farm. Little Polgrain Farm. Follamena Manor with a horse paddock. Carthay's Pig Farm. Higher Kilgrew Farm. And Lower Penrose Farm. It's unfortunately we can't get to the coast, I don't believe. As again, no, it looks like the map stops at the end of this tree, possibly. That's a shame. Obviously, Cornwall, very, very famous for its coast. Right, let's have a little bit of a trip and see what we can find along our way with farms. And let's have a look at the other options which are available on this map. Yeah, I'll check back here. Lanes are quite wide from my experience of driving in Cornwall. But first impressions, I will say, sentimental value. It feels like a British map. So I can't help but kind of score it at about 8 out of 10 for the first impressions. I've given its name and its location. I think it would be hard to score it any lower. Right, just getting to Upper Polgrain, and let's have a quick check out at what the other options are to start on this map. So that comes to a stop very quickly. Upper Polgrain, beautiful, nice farmhouse, some yardage space, an animal shed. Oh, there you can see some more vehicle storage, bale storage, a silage camp. So it's they're quite small farms and some more vehicle storage. But on this one, at least you have the option for some animal storage as well. Right, where should we go to next? Little Polgrain Farm would be Great Polgrain Farm and Little Polgrain Farm. So there are options in terms of what you can do on the map. Again, there's the Whitcomb Park house. And this farm feels... Actually, that's really cool. So you've got Great Polgrain and you've got Little Polgrain right next to each other. I like it. That's actually quite cool. having two farms quite close to each other. Again, some animals storage as they're queuing up to go through. That's cool. Interesting. Another cattle shed, some silage camps, storage, fertilizer tank. That's a pretty... I like having options to start on, which are not... I like having different farm options, is from a personal perspective of where to start, what to do. So yeah, these... Just no animals on this one. This is more, assuming, a vehicle farm. There is a stream somewhere down here. It's going quite good. So that's Great Polgrain and Little Polgrain. We've gone to Upper Polgrain. I'm going to try and get to Higher Kilgrew and Lower Penvose farm, and we'll check back in as we're on our way. Just looking at a nice little touch on the road signs. Truro is, I don't know, Grandpound, Tregony, Truro, Carhays, Gorenhaven. I know 3 of those 5 places, but yeah, Truro is definitely one. I think that's just a nice little touch and kind of gives a bit of an indication of its actual location. Right. There is traffic on the map. I was just avoiding it a few moments ago. So yeah, this is feeling like a complete map. What we'll do once we've got to check out a couple more of these farms is we'll start to have a look at what their additional crops are on here and what they look like. Is that cotton? I don't think, and please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I don't think Cornwall's that famous for its cotton production. Right. Still trying to get to the farm. There aren't as many dead ends. Been playing again quite a bit of Valley Spring, and it doesn't feel as many dead ends as on that map. It feels quite open, and the roads are wider than yeah, it's still cool. Right, let's get to the farm. Or am I almost there? I am almost there. May as well stay with whilst we're going through. We'll take a right next past Kerno. Hopefully. No, maybe not. Right. I will meet you when we get to Lower Penvose. Wasn't that far away. Just have to drive up the driveway. As you can see, I've still got the sales place tagged, but I didn't see anything flashing. This looks like it's quite a big farm. So there's the dairy shed from again, those who've played Whitcomb. This feels like a Whitcomb Park, but in a different location. Right. 2 silage clamps, some fertilizer tanks. Again, quite pretty, quite nice. We get the feeling of what it is and where it's meant to be at. Feels like there's more up here. Big, massive grain silo. Yeah, it's quite a... Obviously, this is the dairy operation on the map. And last but by no means least, Higher Kilgrew Farm. Just down at the bottom. Wouldn't want to be driving a combine harvester up that road, would you? Speaking of which. So again, this Higher Kilgrew feels quite empty. See if we can burst through this. I'm missing quite a huge part of this farm because there we go. Looks like there is some cattle sheds just down the path. A little bit of extra decoration on the animal pasture. All in all, it is quite an appealing map and visual design. Yeah, it feels familiar. Anyone who's played Whitcomb will obviously know that it's familiar. But yeah, I'm going to give this the visual design an 8 just for what it has. Flow and layout, I've been enjoying driving around. It's been quite easy to navigate. Again, I'll probably give that a 9 for navigation side of things. And having the little farm names is actually quite cool. The other thing I want to check is different crops that we have on here. So we've got the standard barley, canola, OSR, canola, oilseed rape in the UK. I did not know that until today. But yeah, it's all the standard crops. There doesn't seem to be any additional ones. There's no alfalfa, triticale and things like that. So, okay, that's fine. There's no purchasable productions. So if you are expanding and you like to get productions, then it's a case of build your own. Polomean Manor. Again, it's obviously not a farm. It's a good place to live. I like the Great Polgrain and Little Polgrain. If I was starting a map on here, that's exactly where I would go. And Hayes Manor is, I wonder if it's purchasable. Yes, it is purchasable. I'm just going to see if it's an actual sleep location. Just give us a nice little 100 grand. Just out of curiosity, yes it is. So you can use these housing areas as your sleep location. Door doesn't open, and obviously you can't get into these buildings, but if you were going for a contractor type series, I think it would be quite good. Right, what toys do we have at the farm? So we have there's a decent amount of equipment. The one thing I can't see is anything to mow anything with, and given the fact that we've got grass fields. Right, no. So you start off with 3 grass fields and you don't have a mower. And that is steep. It feels there are options for gameplay. If this ever comes to console, obviously the start will be quite difficult, but yeah, it's pretty. It feels like you're in the UK. So for that purpose, it gives the purpose. There are a couple of different options of gameplay, starting at different farms, starting with different types of vehicles. So gameplay, again, I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10. Replay value, would I want to spend 100 hours here? If I didn't know it was a Cornwall map, yeah, I probably still would. I think it gives different types of gameplay options. You could do some multiplayer with the different farms. You could play single player, go on your own. You could play different scenarios of just starting it as a contractor, which is probably what I would prefer on this map anyway, is to start off with no land and work as a contractor. And again, the contracting, working with the field names, I think is really, really cool. So that is a tasty contract for 15 grand. Yes, I would love to use the Chrome Big M. So yeah, there are different gameplay options and different types of things you can do. So yeah, I'd probably give that a nice solid 9 out of 10 as well. Okay, I was just having a look around, and I'm not sure if you can hear the voices. I hope you can in the background, but this obviously seems like a animal bidding area and an animal dealer. So that is cool. Seems like a sell point here. Yeah, there's extra little things. If I was going into criticism mode, I would probably say there's not enough sell points and production areas. But again, if it's the type of gameplay you like to do where you are building your own little thing, then I think this is quite good. This is obviously the vehicle shop and vehicle area of Truro tractors, even though we're 13 miles away. Right, so final side of things. Overall score 52 out of 50. There is some things that could potentially be improved on, but overall, yes, I would be quite happy to spend 100 hours on this map and enjoying it. It feels familiar, it feels British, and it feels like a map that I would want to invest some time on. Let me know in the comments if you agree with my ratings, and let me know if what map we should do next. If you have enjoyed, please do like, and if you want to see more map reviews, then please subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.